I think we are live now, and audio and video is clearly okay coming. So let us start with the section B, which is your GST portion. So yesterday we had finished with DT, okay, direct tax we have finished, and we are starting with these IDT today. So let us come to the questions. So the first question we have, what it says that Ronaldo Private Limited, a supplier registered under GST, so he is a registered supplier. Now he is in Rajasthan and he is engaged in supply of various goods and services. Okay, and it provides the following details. So we are given the details here. Now Ronaldo Private Limited engages Mr. Arjun to procure specialized raw materials. Mr. Arjun negotiated with Bhakti manufacturers, okay, and he finalized the deal. Now this Bhakti dispatched the goods to Mr. Arjun's warehouse, from where Mr. Arjun forwarded the consignment to Ronaldo's factory. Then the invoice for the goods were raised by Bhakti manufacturers directly in Ronaldo's name. So here Ronaldo is your agent, okay, pure agent. Then Mr. Arjun separately charged Ronaldo for his commission. So Ronaldo is being paid commission. He is an agent. Now as part of engagement, Ronaldo also conducted a Ronaldo also conducted a one-day workshop for Mr. Arjun on procurement and negotiation techniques at no charge. So what Mr. Ronaldo is doing here, he is giving free training, okay, free one-day workshop he is giving, and Arjun is providing goods. Okay, what Ronaldo is doing, Ronaldo is receiving commission. Now we need to find out whether these statements are supply or not. Okay, we have to determine. See what our question is asking us. Based on the facts of scenario, case scenario given above, choose the most appropriate answer to question 1 and 5. With respect to the training provided, so training which is provided free of cost by by Ronaldo Private Limited to Mr. Arjun and goods supplied by Mr. Arjun, which of the following statements are true? So now we have section 7.1 which says that supply includes supply of goods and services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal, made for a consideration in course or furtherance of business. So we need to check whether there is supply of goods or services or both, whether there is consideration and whether it is in course or furtherance of business. So now see, free training is without consideration. Okay, but and it is not covered by the specified cases of schedule 1. So in schedule 1 we have certain cases wherein even without consideration it is considered as deemed supply. So the conditions for deemed supply are not getting fulfilled here. So that is the reason that training provided is not a supply. Okay, D, option number 2 and 3. Okay. So training provided by Ronaldo to Mr. Arjun is not a supply, and supply of goods by Mr. Arjun to Ronaldo. Now this will cover under your deemed supply from agent. Okay. So your correct answer here is option number D. I think my pen is getting discharged. Yes. So next question we have, okay, so let us just go through the questions first. Okay, now next we have goods supplied worth 3,50,000 to Bansal Exports. Now registered recipient located in Prayagraj, UP. In addition, Ronaldo recovered 60,000 separately from Bansal towards the tax levied. Now for taxes, if you have any taxes which are unrefundable, okay, unrefundable, so those taxes you will be adding to the supply of your they'll form supply of your what to say, value of supply. Okay, so any taxes which are levied under statute which are other than GST, and if they are charged separately by the supplier, so such taxes will be includable in the value of your supply. So your total value of supply will be these 35 lakhs plus your 60,000. Okay, so 35 lakh 60,000 will be the value of your total supply. Then next, you need to find whether this is interstate supply or interstate supply. So see, their goods registered recipient is in UP, and you are transporting from Ronaldo. Now see, Ronaldo Private Limited. Where is this person registered? So we are told that Ronaldo Private Limited is registered under GST in Rajasthan, Jaipur. Okay. So Ronaldo Private Limited is registered in Jaipur, and we are supplying goods to Bansal Exports, which is in UP. So these will be a case of interstate transport. Okay. Interstate supply, and so your IGST will be applicable. Now you need to calculate GST at the rate of 18%. The rates we are given here. Applicable rates for IGST is 18%. So you need to apply 18% on 35 lakhs 60,000, which comes to 6 lakh 40,000. Okay, 35 lakh 60,000 into 18%, you will get 6 lakh 40,800. So we have option B here, which is value 35 lakh 60,000 and your IGST 6 lakh 8,400. Now moving to the next question. Okay. So now third one, what it says that Ronaldo Private Limited rendered consultancy services to Girdhar Limited. Okay. They've given consultancy services. Now Girdhar Limited, a registered person located in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, for an agreed fee of 6 lakh rupees. As per the terms of engagement, Girdhar Limited was entitled to a discount of 30,000 for making upfront payment. So now see, whenever your discount is known or it is recorded appropriately and it is provided like known before only, so in that case this discount will be excluded from the value of supply. So from 6 lakhs I need to remove these 30,000. Okay, so value of your supply will be 5 lakh 70,000. Now whether this is interstate supply or interstate supply, so see, since this is within the state of Rajasthan only, so this will be your interstate supply, and your CGST and your SGST will be leviable. Okay, so the rates we are given as 9% for each. So on 5 lakh 70,000, 9% each you need to calculate. So 5 lakh 70,000, 9% each if you calculate, you will get the values as 51,300 each. Okay, so 51,300 your SGST and 51,300 your CGST will be leviable. Okay, each CGST and SGST. And now let us check the answer. So see, we have determined the taxable value of consultancy services. So taxable value we have determined 5 lakh 70,000 and 51,300 each of your CGST and your SGST. Now for the fourth question, what they are asking, compute the amount of ITC available in electronic credit ledger of Ronaldo Private Limited that can be set off against the output tax liability for the month of January. So first we need to find out the month of ITC and what GST liability we have, what ITC we are available with. So see, we are given opening balances for the month of January. So we have 20,000, 50,000 and 75,000. Okay, you have 20,000, you have 50,000 and you have 75,000. Now what they are saying, that they procured raw materials of worth 18 lakh from Alpha, a supplier registered in Lucknow, UP. So for these 18 lakhs worth of raw materials purchase, your IGST will be leviable. Okay, so IGST on 18 lakh at 18%. So IGST, your output tax liability of IGST will be 3 lakh 24,000. Okay, this GST liability will be your GST liability. Okay, for IGST it is 3,24,000. Now next what they are saying, 1 lakh from Beta Enterprises, a supplier registered in Delhi, and 1 lakh from Gamma Enterprises, a supplier registered in Kota, Rajasthan. Now for Beta Enterprises again you will have IGST. Okay, so on 1 lakh at 18% you will have 18,000. Now for Gamma Limited, what they are further saying is, raw materials from Alpha and Beta were received on 30th January, but due to transit delay, raw material sent by Gamma was received only on 1st of February. So now since your goods are being received on 1st of February, so whatever GST ITC amount that you will be claiming, that will be available only in the month of February, and here we are specifically asked for to calculate our GST liability for the month of January. So in that case, for these 1 lakh rupees which we are receiving from Gamma Associates, so that will not be considered for the month of January. And then we have these machinery. It acquired manufacturing equipment worth 2 lakh rupees from Textile Engineering Limited, and they have claimed depreciation. See, now whenever you are claiming depreciation, then in that case your ITC is not allowed. Okay, ITC will get blocked on these 2 lakh rupees. So 2 lakh 18% ITC will be blocked. Okay. Why ITC blocked? Because entire cost you are claiming as depreciation. Then we have one more thing that they are saying. Ronaldo placed a purchase order for accessories worth 90,000 with its suppliers. Okay, so they have purchased this 90,000 worth of goods from the suppliers, which is again your intra-state supply. So here your CGST and SGST each at the rate of 9%. So 90,000 9% each. So 8100 CGST and 8100 SGST. Okay, that will be leviable. Now let us see what credits we have. Okay. So now see, for CGST I have total, these were my opening balances, 20,000, 50,000 and 75,000. See, this is CGST, SGST and IGST. So now the total balance that I have in my ITC account is 28,100, 58,100, and for these 3,24,000 plus 18,000 plus 75,000, which gives 4,17,000. Now see, what do we have that option? Yes, we have that option. Okay. Now for question number 5. Determine whether an e-way bill is required to be generated in respect of goods to Dhananjay Enterprises in March. So let us look at the question, Dhananjay Enterprises in March. So see, in the month of March, Ronaldo Private Limited supplied taxable goods worth 40,000 and exempt goods. Now see, whenever there is these consignment value that you need to calculate for your e-way bill, what you will not include is your exempt goods. Okay, so these 10,000 you will not include. So your value will be consignment value 40,000 of your taxable goods. Then you have goods to be delivered in invoice cum bill of supply issued. Transportation charges separately. Transportation charges, though it is charged separately, it is part of your consignment. So your consignment value is 47,000. Again, this 2,000 for exempt goods we will not include. So your total value, now see, this is excluding GST plus GST at the rate of 18%. That will give me my final consignment value. So 47,000 plus 18%. Why 18%? Because see, they are supplying in Maharashtra, they are located in Rajasthan, interstate supply. So the total value of my consignment comes to 50,460, which is exceeding my threshold limit of 50,000. So yes, e-way bill is mandatory. Okay. So we have option A, e-way bill is mandatory since consignment value is 55,460. Now next question number 6 we have. Okay. So we have question number 6. Stellar Orbit Appliances Private Limited. Now what this question is saying that we are a registered person in Pune, Maharashtra. Now it is engaged in supplying a bouquet of goods and services. So you are given various transactions and you are given the amount. So let's check one by one. So now first one is your printing of brochures. The value is 2,10,000. Okay. Now this is your interest rate supply by. Okay, because these printing services are in Maharashtra only. See, they are giving these services in Maharashtra and they are registered in Maharashtra. So intrastate. Okay, CGST and your SGST 9% plus 9%. Let us check the rates. Previous question it was saying 9%, 9%. All are exclusive of GST. Aggregate turnover was 15 lakhs. None is registered under GST. Compute the total value of supply on which tax is. Okay, that was next question. I'm so sorry. Okay, see, we are given the rates here 9%, 9% and 18%. And for supply of paper, we are given 2.5%, 2.5% and 5%. Now see, here the printing is not your main supply. Okay, papers are not your main supply. Printing is a main supply. Why? Because you are given work-life balance authored by a well-known guru, spiritual guru, Swami Om Prakash. So content of the book is your main supply. This is a composite supply. Okay, so including this 1 lakh rupees, which is your paper cost. So this is composite supply, and on entire supply, the rates applicable for printing, which is your principal supply, will be leviable. So on entire 2,10,000, we will have CGST and IGST at the rate of 9% each. Okay. So we will have 18,900, 18,900. Now next question we have purchased from this Nageshwara Agro Estate situated at Panchgiri, Maharashtra. Now again this is in Maharashtra only. So this is your intrastate supply. Same provisions will apply. Now see, for these we have one adjustment that we are given here. In respect of supply made in Panchgiri being in hill station, green tax is applicable and it is in the invoice issued to Nageshwar Agro Estate. So now see, these tax also again we are not this is other than your GST. So we will be including these in the value of your supply. So plus 10,000. Okay, that will be your value of supply. Now again on 2,10,000 you have CGST and SGST 18,900 each. Okay. Then next we have supplied air conditioners to Bridge and Company registered in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Again your intrastate supply. Now with what will be your place of supply for these? Now place of supply will be the place where you are installing such ACs. So see, ACs we are installing in Tamil Nadu. So since we are installing the ACs in Tamil Nadu, your place of supply will be Tamil Nadu. POS will be Tamil Nadu. So in that case, your IGST will be applicable. Okay, this will be your inter-state supply. IGST. Okay. So on 6 lakhs, you will have IGST at the rate of 18%. Okay, IGST will be leviable here. Okay, just okay. So let us have IGST column here. Okay. So sorry. Okay. So let us have our IGST column over here. So for these we have IGST 10800. Okay. This is interstate POS Tamil Nadu. Okay. Now moving to the next one. We have provided catering services to Bright Coaching Classes Private Limited, Indore, MP. Now this is again your interstate supply. Okay, IGST. Now this is private commercial coaching. So for private commercial coaching, you do not have that exemption. Okay. So whatever catering services are provided to this private coaching, since it is a private coaching, so this will be your taxable supply. IGST will be leviable. So on 2,40,000 at the rate of 18%, IGST leviable is 43,200. Now supplied goods in territorial waters to Coral Traders Limited, registered in Goa. Such place in territorial waters at a distance of 7 nautical miles to the baseline of Gujarat and 5 nautical miles to the baseline of coastal state of Maharashtra. Now see, whenever you have any supply which is made in your territorial waters up to 12 nautical miles, then that is considered as your supply. Okay. Now, the service is supplied in territorial waters adjacent to Maharashtra. And now see, what you need to do here to determine your place of supply. What you will do is, whatever is the nearest territorial waters that is given to us, nearest coastal state or union territory, that will be considered as my place of supply. So here the nearest will be these 5 nautical miles in the state of Maharashtra. So now since this is in Maharashtra, it will be intrastate supply. So CGST and SGST will be leviable at 9% each. 4,50,000 into 9%, so 4,500, 4,500. Okay. So the important thing is that a supply in territorial waters is deemed to be supply in the nearest coastal state. Please remember this, in the nearest coastal state. Okay. So since you are given territorial waters, they are adjacent to Maharashtra and to Gujarat. But for Gujarat we have 7 nautical miles and for Maharashtra we have 5 nautical miles. Again these two being in the limit of 12 nautical miles. So this is a taxable supply and nearest is your 5 nautical miles. So your place of supply will be Maharashtra. Accordingly, this will be intrastate supply. CGST and SGST are leviable. Please mark this as an important point. Okay, just go through it. Then we have services provided, services of transportation of passengers by an air conditioned omnibus through ECO. Now whenever you have any services provided by air conditioner bus, it is a taxable supply. Now here it is provided by ECO, and let us see where this is provided. Okay. So we are not giving any information on that. So we will take the place of supplier in Maharashtra. Okay, and supplier is also in Maharashtra. So we'll consider these as our intrastate supply. And on 12,58,000, 9% CGST and SGST each, 113,220, 113,220. Okay. Now moving to the next one. Purchased goods to be used for activities relating to its obligations under CSR. Now see, whenever CSR expenditure is done and on that you don't need to pay GST. Okay. Now for ITC, from ITC perspective, this is important. Whenever any goods are there which are done for your CSR activity, in that case your ITC is blocked. Okay, this is specifically mentioned in our provisions as per section 17.5, which says that ITC is not available in case of goods supplied for your CSR activities. Okay, so here there will be no ITC. Now for the last one we have legal services. Okay, now see what they are saying. In course of finalizing the books of account, the accountant of Stellar Orbit Appliances Limited came across an unrecorded invoice dated 2nd January 5,20,000. Invoice has been raised by an advocate, but no payment had been made against this invoice till the end of the month of March. So now see, these is legal services. It will have RCM. But here your question, we are specifically stating that this is relating to your exempt supplies. Okay. So section 17(2) for ITC, what it says that when goods or services of both are used partly for taxable supplies and partly for exempt supplies, in that case ITC is restricted to the portion attributable to your taxable supplies only, and where they are exclusively used for exempt supplies, in that case no ITC. So here also there will be no ITC. Then okay, legal services received were exclusively in relation to exempt supplies. Okay, this we covered. Turnover we are given 2 crores. Okay. Now see, supply is we need to find whether there was supply and what is the time of supply for these. Okay, because the invoice is not paid till the month of March. So now the service we are received in February and invoice was not issued or invoice was not received, no payment was done till March. So the relevant time of supply will not arise in February. Okay, so that is the reason we do not have any GST liability in February. Okay, so now let us check the total answers, the totals that we will get. Okay, so here we have these okay, 18,900, 18,900, 40, 4,500 and 113,220, and for IGST you have 108,000 and 43,200. Now please make the totals. Okay, so total these you will get 151,200, and for these you are getting 191,520 each. Okay, so that is your final answer. Now moving to question number 7, what it says. Nakshatra Comforts is engaged in providing various services in Delhi. It obtained registration under regular scheme on 25th April and on which the turnover exceeded threshold limit for registration. Okay, and we have these information. So now first thing we have is our residential dwelling. It is rented to a registered person. Okay, rent paid for residential dwelling taken on rent from Mr. Dhruv, Delhi. Use as residence for MD Mr. Vasudev of the company. Okay, so these will be taxable under your RCM provisions. RCM will be applicable for these case. Now we have commercial parking. The rent given is 20,000 and this transaction is also covered under our RCM provisions specifically. Then you have security services. Now for security services, see, the supplier is a private limited company. Okay, and your RCM will only apply when supplied by a person other than a body corporate to a registered corporate. So here it is from a body corporate to another body corporate. So your RCM will not apply. Okay. Only when your service is by non-body corporate and it is given to body corporate, in that only your RCM provisions are applicable. This also you can mark as one important question. It is confusing one. Now for the last one, legal services, we have legal services supplied by an advocate to a business entity. Okay, see, legal services applied by advocate to business entity. Now your partnership firm is covered under your business entity. Okay, So for these also, paid to MS Madhu and Company Kolkata, partnership firm of advocates for legal consultancy services in relation to a legal issue faced by company. So this is from supplied to a body corporate from a business entity. So whenever you have legal services which are supplied by an advocate to a business entity, then they are generally covered under your RCM. But here it is from a business entity to a company. So in that case, this RCM will not apply on these services also. Okay. So the total RCM will be 30 plus 20, 50. Okay. Now moving to question number 8, determine the place of supply. Miss Kavya Delhi is a passenger traveling from Bengaluru to Hyderabad on board Skywing Airlines flight. During the journey, she opts to watch. So this is the case of movie on demand. So this is your uh, here you need to see from the place from where the passenger embarks on the conveyance for this continuous journey. That place will be taken as your place of supply. So now the passenger is taking this journey from Bangalore. So your place of supply will be Bangalore for any goods or services that this person will be availing. Now for next case we have Mr. Bhushan, CFO of Zenith Exports Limited, company registered under GST in Delhi and resident of Bhopal MP, approaches a branch of Trident Bank Limited located in Pune for obtaining draft of 50,000 for payment of his son's admission fees. He does not maintain any account. Now see, whenever you have any banking or financial services, then what you need to do is the place of supplier will be the location of the supplier of services. If the recipient's location is not available in the records, then what you need to do is you need to take the place of supplier as your place of location. So now here see he does not maintain any account. So we do not have the recipient's address or location which is not available to us. Okay. So here in this case, the supplier who is located in Pune will be your place of supply. Then third question we have Orion Engineering Private Limited, Ahmedabad, Gujarat had leased a packing machine costing 10 lakhs to Vertex Foods Private Limited, Indore, MP for use in its manufacturing operations at a monthly rent of 40,000. After expiry of 18 months, they are reselling. Okay, so this is a case of your purchase and lease and buyback. Okay, so now here the important thing that you need to consider is that there is no movement of goods. Okay, the machine will be staying at that place only and it will be supplied. Okay, so your machine is located at which place? Machine is located at Indore. Now when this sale will happen, at that time also machine will be located at Indore. So Indore will only be your place of supply in this case. Okay, goods without movement. Here on records, your address for receiver is not not available. So your supplier will be your place of supply. And for these question, wherever your passenger boards, that place is your POS. Okay. Okay, so now let us go to question number 9. Okay. Answer the following questions assuming that suppliers are registered under GST, and what are we supposed to do? Determine whether GST is payable on each of the above services. Okay. So we need to say whether GST is applicable or not. So first is Bhagwati Roadways is a registered GTA that issues consignment notes for every consignment transported. Now details of consignments we are given. Transported goods for Mr. Raja Ram, an unregistered individual. Now see, this is unregistered individual consumer for his household goods to his new residence. So here when GTA provides services to an individual, Okay, and that is for the personal use. So these services are specifically exempt, so here no GST. Then you have transported raw material for Nakshatra and Associates, a partnership firm. Now, partnership firm is specified as a GTA RCM mechanism. Okay, so you have to check certain conditions. So if those conditions are met, then in that case, whenever your GTA is providing any services to the partnership firm, then your RCM will be applicable here. Now, transported goods for gram panchayat. So whenever you are providing any services to gram panchayat, now these is also specifically given as exemption. Okay, so since this is an exempt supply, so here no GST will be leviable. Now we have B, which says Jarnail Singh, who owns own tempo which he drives himself, transported cement bags for a private builder but did not issue any consignment note. He charged 18,000 for the trip. Now see here, this person is not a GTA. Okay, he is an individual person. So whenever an individual person is by himself driving the tempo, so there your consignment note is also not required, and the value is also 18,000. So here, since this is not a GTA, so in that case your GTA specific RCM exemption or those cases will not apply. Okay, this will not be considered as for your these RCM or for your claiming your exemption. Now we have Ragini, who is a classical Kathak dancer. She has performed at various events in the year, each performance being a separate independent contract, which means these 1, 2 and 3 you need to take individually. Okay. Now the first one, they are saying a solo classical performance at a cultural sabha for a fee of 1,48,000. Now cultural dances for cultural sabha, that is specifically exempted. Okay. So here this will be your exempt. Now a classical Kathak performance choreographed specifically to promote a jewelry brand. Okay. Now these is specifically for promoting a jewelry brand. Okay. There, even though it is a classical performance, but still since it is specifically for jewelry promotion, so this will be your taxable. Okay. And now we have two classical Kathak performances for two different organizers on the same day on the occasion of Durga Puja. So for Durga Puja, she is getting 90,000 and 85,000 on the same day. Okay. Now these also you need to consider as independent performances. Okay. Because she is getting from different organizers. If she was getting from the same organizers, then in that case you would have checked the limit of 1,50,000. Then we are given that Ragini was also engaged in making traditional Madhubani paintings for Dhriti artworks, for which she received consideration of 1,40,000. Now again, this artwork is a traditional Madhubani painting. Okay, so this is treated as your taxable supply. Alright, so these 1,40,000 will be taxable. Then what you have, separately the organizer of event charged the audience an admission fee of 450 per person. So if your admission fees per person is more than 500 rupees, in that case it will be taxable. Since here it is not crossing our threshold limit, so this will be exempt. Now question number 10. Who is liable to collect TCS under section 52? So under section 52 we have ECO, electronic commerce operator. So an ECO who is not an agent is required to collect tax at source on the net value of taxable supplies made to it by other suppliers where the consideration is collected by ECO. So your ECO collects TCS. Let's just go through this answer. Okay. Such ECO is required to submit a registration application in the prescribed form through the electronic common portal. The proper officer shall, after due verification, grant registration within 3 working days from the date of the application, and on request or upon an inquiry pursuant to any other proceeding under GST law, if the proper officer is satisfied that a person is no longer liable to collect TDS, then he may cancel his registration. Such eco shall furnish a monthly statement in prescribed form containing the details of the outward supplies of goods and or services effected through it, including supplies returned through it and the amount collected by it as TCS during the month within 10 days after the end of each month in which tax has been collected at source. They also are required to file annual statement on or before 31st of December following the end of financial year, and the TCS amount collected by ECO has to be deposited by 10th of the month succeeding the month in which TCS has been collected. Now these answers you need to remember. It's a theoretical question. So these completes your RTP for IDT also. I hope you like this. So please share this. If you find this useful, please share it with your friends and make sure you are doing revision. Okay, RTP is very important. And if you have any doubts, you can comment below or you can reach out to me in the Telegram group that is given in the description. For any other queries also you can ask the same in the description below. Okay. Thank you.